2020. What a year. This year hasn't been the greatest. This video is just going to be a bit different to all the other ones I've done because 2020 has just been yeah. This year we thought it would be a great year, like any other year, like a start of a new decade, but it was completely different. January and February, we were all kind of just doing our own thing, thinking that this COVID wasn't going to be like a big massive thing. We didn't take it seriously, but March came along and it all just went downhill. Like, it got really serious more around the world. I left school 3 months earlier. I know it's not just me, is the whole of, obviously the whole of my year, the whole of England, everywhere really. So like in America they didn't get like really like a normal graduation that they would usually have after they leave high school. And us, me living in the UK, we didn't get to take our GCSEs. So like we were like stressing how they were going to get marked. It just kind of all went a bit down, if you would say. April, May, slow couple months. Like, it was like we were just locked in our houses. We couldn't go anywhere except if we wanted to go to the shops or like the supermarkets. That's all I did. My mental state just went up like rapidly. Like, I hardly wanted to get out of bed. I didn't really like do things. Just like, at first I went for a couple walks because I was like, this lockdown will be only a couple weeks old. Like, we'll be back in like 5 weeks. But April, May comes around, I just stayed in bed all day. I wasn't waking up. I wasn't like eating properly. I'm out of that now, so them 2 months were kind of a bit like it was kind of like a reset really. Like, I needed to kind of focus on myself. And then June came around, I had my 16th birthday. I was able to meet up with one of my friends, luckily, due to lockdown kind of easing. It wasn't my planned 16th, so I met up with one of my friends and that was all good. Like, you'll see, unless you've seen that video. It wasn't really quarantined, but it was during like the quarantine. July came around, I started seeing my nan again. Kind of put my mood up a little bit more because I was like, I'm going out. August. That whole month I was freaking out because I had no clue how the government was saying to mark the results. I wasn't in control of them. I just had to sit back and hope for the best. So to anyone out there who is taking their GCSEs like this June or even in a few years' time, you never know what is going to happen with exams. No matter when you take your GCSEs, do what the teacher says. Listen to them, do your homework, do the work they set for you in class, because you never know what is going to happen. In 6 months, we had no lessons to do. They didn't set us anything, so we were all like, oh my days, what is going to happen? Like, we found out 2 days before the school shut that my GCSEs were cancelled. But I got into college, I started working, and I'm earning money, and I'm really proud of myself because I just didn't expect to have a job during like this time of like what we've been going through this year. August was like a stressful month. Like, September came around, I started college. I'm enjoying it now. I'm really enjoying it. It did take me a little while to get used to. College starts, I've gotten used to it finally. October and September are kind of the same because I'm going into college. November, my mental health again started getting a bit worse. Me being me, I don't open up to people. I don't want to talk to my family about it because I don't want them to judge me. I don't want to make them upset with the fact that I'm upset. December came around, we went into a 4-week lockdown again. I went into furlough. There's usually New Year's Eve fireworks, or their New Year's Day, I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember. But obviously this year, and obviously when they're being on, my place that I work at gets very busy. Like, they're not going to get the visitors. They're not going to get the people. They're not going to get as much money. Yeah, so I got furloughed for the month. Yeah, well, we had Christmas. Now 2020 is over. I was just thinking, do I make one this year? Because I know I'm going to fail it. If I think I'm going to fail it, make something way too high, like, for my expectations. Just people around me feel loved. Maybe like September last year, I was like, I'm gonna make one of them videos where you do like a second a day clip. That's what I've done. I keep looking back at it and I'm like, wow, like this year has been a bit difficult. And yeah, you do see some downs because everyone does. It's not something that some people have and some people don't. When lockdown did start, I was like, do I bother doing this? But no, I'm gonna keep doing it because remember what it was like. 2020 happened. We lived through a pandemic. Our kids will probably be like, Mummy, what was it like when you were a teenager? I'll pull up this video because 2020 is a year to remember. My resolution for this year is to make people around me happy. 2020 taught me to be more grateful, to like be grateful for what you have around you. 2021, I hope it will be a better year. Yes, COVID will still be around like any other like disease, like, well, any like flu, like the flu's still around, but you know, but I hope everyone stays safe. Enjoy this 1 second a day thing. So enjoy.
The day we first met you, simple and sweet. Tears fall from every eye. It's life that we need. It's you. I'm falling so weak for you. And I hear your little cry. My soul softly weeps. Brings me to realize the life that we breathe in you. I'm falling so weak for you. Oh, my heart burns bright as you. Your mother's life is now anew. This I know, I'm high on you. Son, oh my son, I am falling so weak for you. You be my hero, I'll be your cheer. Chasing the dragons, roaring at fear. A princess to save when monsters appear. Embracing adventures, oh how I hold you near. I hold you near. Oh, my heart burns bright as you. Your mother's life is now anew. This I know, I'm high on you. Son, oh my son, I am falling so weak for you.
69.
Oh, this light that finds us here, it defines our love so clear. Oh, this light that finds us here, it defines our love so clear. Oh, this light that finds us here, it defines our love so clear. My heart burns bright as you. Your mother's life is now anew, yeah. This I know, I'm high on you. Son, oh my son, I'm falling so weak for you. Oh, my heart burns bright as you. Your mother's life is now anew. This I know, I'm high on you. Son, oh my son, I am falling so weak for you. Son, oh my son, I am falling so weak for you. Son, oh my son, I am falling so weak for you.
This is $20.
Wins it right.
I don't like.
Spread my wings and fly. Another day.